Hello, classroom. The title of my speech is A Psychology Career After Graduation, and I want to become a social worker. So I want to give you and inform you the steps to become and what it takes to be a family social worker assistant, if that's what I start out as entry level. I will inform you on the definition of a family social worker and what's expected from them, and the personality that needs to reflect the certain qualities to become a social worker, and that's an important factor. Information on wages and compensation and the facilities to choose from are important to ensure a future regarding your lifestyle. I'll give you a little bit of history where the term sociology and the reflections on society as a whole come from. Auguste Comte in the mid-1850s was a French philosopher, and he touched base on society's pros and cons. And this is the quote from what he had mentioned with social working. The sacred formula of positivism, love as a principle, the order as a foundation, and progress as a goal. And he was explaining that when society's in chaos, compassion and love can be a foundation for curing chaos and progress within a society. His philosophy was that there were two areas to think about society. First is to examine the social statics of society, which holds societies together. And secondly, examine the social dynamics among people that can cause social change. I had experienced the needs of social workers when divorce gave me the result of self-parenting for 13 years. I needed to acquire the information on how my life was going to change and with steps on how to get back on track securing family life with a partner and 2 kids. For someone else, imagine a woman in an unhealthy relationship who has 3 children. She needs to get out of that bad relationship. She needs to find a decent place to live. She needs to find a job to secure her and her children who needs daycare, and find the peace of mind she is doing the right thing to her and her children to lead productive lives. What is a social worker in a family that needs her or him? They're individuals that assist others in family crisis that need help in getting their life back on track because their quality of life is not healthy and interferes with everyday life problems. That certain personality is needed to fill these families in need. The qualities they must possess are wanting to help others, be a good listener, have well-managed time skills, and to be compassionate in difficult times and stages of their life. Picture a social worker coming home to their family, knowing that they helped a family in need when they've got everything they need. That's very gratifying. To be a successful social worker, you need to possess the job descriptions. These are guidelines that are used in most facilities. When you're trying to help a family in need, you have to identify the problem and the crisis. You need to find the tools needed to solve the problem and help transition the family to achieve goals and plan to overcome their crisis. The problems that might change a family's life is financial problems, unhealthy relationships, addictions, mental illnesses, medical problems, and stress. And as a social worker, you need to keep in mind about your own well-being, finding a key way to keep motivated, managing the stress on the job, and developing support networks. The job can be very trying because you're emotionally attached temporarily to this family. You need to help them get back on the right track. So feeling good about yourself reflects on the families you're helping, and it's a win-win situation. The wages and compensation vary from state to state. You need to think about this. We all think about money. We need to survive with money. I live in Nevada, and I can't believe that Arizona, who's right next door, pays less by like approximately $4 less an hour for a social worker than we do. So I'm in the right state. An average wage for a social worker ranges between $30,000 and $50,000. 30,000 being lower entry level, 50,000 would be like upper management, but in that case you would have to have a master's degree usually to make that amount of money per year. The projection of social work will rise 12% by 2022, and the demands on this field is always a great one. Job security to me is definitely for those who choose this field. Facilities that are available to work in social work are nonprofit organizations, services developed by government, and charitable organizations. There are also offices for private practice, public schools, industrial businesses, and education communities. The choice to work in the field or work in an office is always an option within these facilities. When your lifestyle has been compensated by the job you have happiness and health in your well-being. I have informed you about a family social worker, what it means to be so, and the success of becoming a family social worker depending on your personality, which is important, and accepting what it takes to help others that are less fortunate than yourself. And last but not least, wages and compensation determines where you will work, where you want to live, and what your lifestyle will be like of your choice. There is a gain to helping others, and it's not monetary. Satisfaction of witnessing these families get back on their feet is a successful story in itself for me. I found a quote from Anne Frank in the mid-1900s, and she says, quote, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." Thank you, classroom. Have a wonderful day.